Welcome into Outkick the Show, Monday edition of the program. Appreciate all of you for hanging out with me. Hope you heard the radio program this morning. I hope you're having a fantastic Monday. Wherever you may be across this great country or this great land, America is officially in full-on freakout mode. I'm going to be the most calm, rational, reasonable person on the entire planet as we talk about the coronavirus. Dak contract, a lot going on here. We're going to talk about Dak Prescott and what the Cowboys should do. Stock market, freak out as well. Clippers-Lakers was on Sunday. LeBron said something dumb, go figure. And the NFLPA vote has been extended to Saturday. But we begin with the coronavirus. And I just want you to follow me along here. Okay, schools were canceled in my part of Nashville on Friday and Monday. So if you hear my kids screaming in the background, you'll know why. All right. Some of you are absolutely losing your mind. I don't know what percentage of the American population this is, but I want to start off. Everything that I'm going to say is factual. Okay. Are you ready? Everything that I am saying is factual. I'm not buying into hysteria. I'm not buying into hype. I'm going to walk you through everything here from a factual perspective, okay? First of all, let's actually start with good news, which is receiving almost no attention. In China and in South Korea, they have basically stopped all new infections. The rate of infection has begun to decline. So for everybody out there who keeps sharing all these graphs which show the exponential growth of the coronavirus, tens of thousands of people had the coronavirus in China. Thousands of them had the coronavirus in South Korea, and they stopped the growth of the coronavirus. According to the WHO, it is both less contagious than the flu, okay? And you guys are going to be fine. You are going to be fine. All right. This is what I told my kids. This is what reasonable, rational media should be doing. They should be educating themselves and then sharing factual data with the public in a non-inflammatory manner that is not designed to make people go running out like crazy and go buy toilet paper and water. Let's pause here for a second, just have some fun with the toilet paper and the water concept. Do you think that the water is not going to work coming out of your sink? Do you think that for the first time in the history of American modern life, that water is not going to work? Literally, the dumbest thing you could buy is water. Bottled water, all right? It's totally illogical. It is nonsensical. It makes zero sense, okay? Let's begin there. This is not a natural disaster. This is not going to, it's not an earthquake. It's not a tornado. It's not a hurricane where power is going to cease to exist and suddenly you're not going to have running water, okay? Everyone buying water is an imbecile. Okay, let's begin there. Second, toilet paper? You think that the world is going to come to an end and your first thought is, I'm going to go to Costco and buy a bunch of toilet paper so I can wipe my ass as the world dies. You're going to be fine. And if you weren't going to be fine, literally the two dumbest products you could buy on the planet are water and toilet paper. I see people in Costco, which is evidently impossible to get in, buying water and toilet paper. If you're buying bottled water, pour it on your ass and it'll get clean. You don't even need toilet paper. This is two of the dumbest purchases that I have ever seen in my life. If you question whether people are behaving rationally, just think about that question. Why are you buying water and toilet paper? Why do you have enough water and toilet paper to last you for years in your house? If the zombie apocalypse happens If we are all going to die, literally the dumbest thing you could have, which provides virtually no protection, is water and toilet paper. Furthermore, you can get in the shower and wash your ass. If you run out of toilet paper, the French, the Europeans have been doing it for ages. Get in the shower and wash your ass. If you're buying water, you can wash your ass with the water, you stupid, ignorant fools. All right? Now that I got that rant out of the way, let me be logical and rational and reasonable with those of you that actually want logic, ration, and reasonableness. Now, some people get mad at me, okay? It's crazy, but in unreasonable times, reasonable people get told that they are crazy. If you regularly watch this program, you know when everybody was up in arms over World War III in Iran a couple months ago, I was like, yeah, nothing's going to happen. You know when everybody was up in arms over North Korea, I was like, yeah, nothing's going to happen. You know when everybody was up in arms over police supposedly shooting people, I said, you know what? You're actually in more danger from bees, wasps, and hornets than you are from being shot by police. You know when everybody was up in arms over Donald Trump's going to destroy the country, I said, you know what? He's going to be fine, all right? Despite what Republicans and Democrats want to tell you, whoever wins the election, whether it's Joe Biden or Donald Trump, the country's going to be fine. They sell you fear, okay? What I would call fear porn. The media now makes a living off of fear porn. Here are things. I don't have any problem with porn. You want to be entertained in the privacy of your room by whatever you like on your phone or your television or your computer screen, have at it. But that's entertainment. That's not actually making things worse. Fear porn is, because it plays on logical fallacies and convinces people who would otherwise be sane, logical, and rational people that they need to be at Costco buying toilet paper and bottled water because that's what they see everybody else doing, to such an extent you can't even get it on the shelves. All right. So this is what I told my kids, okay? I said there are several things. The kids are out of school on Friday and Monday. I sat down with them, my 9-year-old, my 5-year-old, and my 12-year-old, and I said, guys, here's what I told them. These are all facts, okay? Here's what you should be doing if you are concerned about the coronavirus. Wash your hands a lot more than usual and vampire sneeze. That's what you should be doing. Wash your hands more than usual and vampire sneeze. That's it, okay? Here are a bunch of facts. If you have children, there isn't a single child in the world under the age of 10 who has died of the coronavirus. Kids are uniquely susceptible to fear. I want you to listen to me. You can tell your kids this. You can say, Clay Travis said this. That guy that I listened to on the radio, that guy that I listened to for gambling picks, that guy that I listened to on Outkick the Show and read him at Outkick. I don't know there's anyone more trustworthy in the world. Clay Travis said, and this is true, no child under the age of 10 has died of the coronavirus, okay? I don't think hardly any teenagers have either without underlying conditions of major health. But if you are a kid or you are a parent who is concerned about your kids, no young children have died of the coronavirus. None have even gotten very sick. They can't figure out why. They think it might be because kids are just carriers of this disease as opposed to actually getting sick from the disease, all right? That is important fact number one, which gets almost no attention, okay? Your kids are going to be fine. Second here, another big fact. Over 80% of all people who get the coronavirus are asymptomatic. That means they don't show any symptoms at all. That's actually how it spreads because they are so healthy that they don't even think they are sick. In fact, if you read many of the reports about people who are quarantining themselves, they say, it's really weird, I don't feel the least bit sick. That's how the virus spreads because so many people are totally asymptomatic. Even if you get the coronavirus, and right now only around 600 people out of 327 million in this country have it, okay? Even if you get it, there's a greater than 80% chance that it is going to have zero impact on you. that you are not even going to feel bad. In fact, you might not even know that you have it. This is not Ebola. This is not SARS. This is not there's blood running out of your face and you are going to be running around and then you just collapse and die. You are going to be fine. All right? This is another big part of the story. Over 3,500 people have died out of over 7 billion people on the planet. Okay? Your odds of dying from the coronavirus since this outbreak happened, there have been twice as many people worldwide who have been struck and killed by lightning as have died from the coronavirus. Let me repeat that. Over twice as many people worldwide have been struck and killed by lightning since the coronavirus began as have died from the coronavirus. And this is important for everybody out there who is projecting how awful this is going to be and how it's never going to end. South Korea and China, both of which had tens of thousands of cases, managed to stop the spread of the disease. Okay? It is possible to virtually stop the disease in its tracks if it becomes a truly global threat or a threat inside of the United States. All right? Furthermore, this is a big deal. The death rate is not anywhere near what has been reported. Again, the World Health Organization says that this virus is transmissible at a lower rate than the flu. And they're not sure exactly what the overall death rate for this coronavirus is. But if you look at all of the factors in play, it appears to be well below 1% of all people who are infected with it. So it's harder to get than the flu. And while it appears more lethal than the flu, it's only lethal if you are old and already infirm. So if you are out there right now and you are healthy and you are under the age of pretty much 75, your risk from the coronavirus is virtually zero. In fact, even if you get it, you won't recognize that you have it. Now, if you are older, if you are over the age of 75, maybe you want to not get on a cruise ship. Maybe you want to not fly right now. If your immune system is already severely in some way curtailed, it makes sense not to risk your life by going out to get a Big Mac, all right? Maybe you want to take less frequent trips if you are older. Finally, this is important, and then I'll answer some of the questions from the fear porn people out there. This is important. Typically, in virtually every virus, as the weather gets better, viral spreads decline precipitously. So people picked on Donald Trump for saying this, but the truth of the matter is, in this country, when it becomes warmer, viruses spread less frequently. People are outside more. They're not cooped up as much. The sun seems to in some way act as a somewhat of a disinfectant. All of these things are working in our favor as we move towards a spring across the United States. Okay? Now, a couple of other things. This should not be politicized. Okay? This is so stupid that everything in our country these days has to immediately turn into Democrat versus Republican. Can we not acknowledge that by and large people are against death? Can we not acknowledge that in the grand scheme of things, everyone wishes people didn't die? No one wants your grandma or grandpa to die, all right? The single most helpful thing that any politician has done in this country so far is on January 31st, Donald Trump shut down our flights from China and helped to protect this country from turning into a more severe breakout than what we have right now. Almost everyone who has the coronavirus that we have been able to track picked it up somewhere outside of this country and brought it here. Israel now has implemented a 14-day quarantine on anyone from any country traveling into Israel, okay? If you want to buy into this and you want more draconian measures, what's fascinating is Trump was ripped for that decision, and people said it was xenophobic. It actually is the smartest decision that anybody in a position of authority has made in the country so far. What you need to know is this: we're going to be fine. Doesn't mean that some people aren't going to overreact. Doesn't mean that people aren't going to lose their minds, because over time, rationality triumphs. In the short term, irrationality happens. Okay? So people are losing their minds over something that is highly unlikely to actually harm them. The same people who won't go get a flu shot or won't wear a condom when they have sex, despite the fact that tens of thousands of people die from the flu every year, and despite the fact that millions of people have HIV, are now up in arms over what the coronavirus is going to do to us. The answer is nothing. Nothing. We are going to be fine. You can stop your panicking. You can stop your rushes to Costco. You can stop running out and having to buy things left and right. You can stop selling hand wash and hand sanitizer for $50 a vial as if it's gold bullion itself. You can't rationalize irrational behavior, even if you are a reasonable, logical person like me. And people, there's a small group, and they're very active on social media, and if you're bothered by this, I would say go ahead and dial out of social media, because there is a group of people that wants for the absolute worst thing possible to happen. Time after time after time. It's like they're rooting for chaos, I think because their own lives are boring. I'm not bored in my own life. I'm here looking at all the data sets and all the facts, and I am telling you that things are going to be perfectly fine. And there is absolutely no real danger here in the long term. Will people die? Yes. We live in a country of 327 million people. 40,000 people every year die in car accidents. Tens of thousands, as I just said, die of the flu every year. Thousands die because they fall in their bathtub. 22 people every day on average kill themselves. So far, more people died in the Nashville and Tennessee area tornadoes than have died from the coronavirus. You are not going to die of the coronavirus. You are going to be fine. There is absolutely nothing to be concerned about. No, we are not going to be overwhelmed. The country is not going to come to a shrieking halt. You're going to be fine. I speak and put my money where my mouth is. I'm taking my family this week to go watch the SEC basketball tournament games in Nashville. Next week, I'm getting on a plane and going to the beach in Florida. I am not going to change my behavior because the threat level here is minimal. Okay? Now, I'm going to have to block a couple of you who have lost your minds, even in the comments. And it is wild how much people want to panic. It's wild to me how much people run around with like their hands above their head screaming and wailing, and they buy into this fear porn so insanely crazy. And so as a result, again, the worst case scenarios don't happen. Time after time after time, the worst case scenarios never materialize. Doesn't happen with terrorism. Doesn't happen with police violence. It doesn't happen with people getting sick. We're all going to be fine. Okay? You're going to be fine. I'm going to be fine. Everybody out there is going to be fine. All right? I got a bunch of other things that I need to run through really quickly. Dak Prescott is not worth $33 million a year. If I were the Dallas Cowboys, I would franchise tag Dak Prescott for 1 year at most and pay him $33 million. The idea that they're going to give him over $100 million guaranteed is, I think, a broken concept, broken idea, not a smart play by the Cowboys, puts him in salary cap jail, also overpays a guy who's around the 12th or 13th best quarterback in all of the NFL. It is not a smart move. Somebody, okay, stop. The 366 dead Italians ain't fine. There's 3,500 people worldwide who have died of the coronavirus, you ignorant idiot. Okay? 3,500 since the coronavirus outbreak happened. You are twice as likely to get killed by lightning. All right? Listen to me carefully here. I'm sure that the people who got killed by lightning aren't fine either. That sucks. I wish no one ever died. I wish the entire planet was immortal. All right? But you ignorant idiots who are unable to understand basic math and just look at China and look at South Korea and the fact that they have had tens of thousands of people infected and they have stopped the spread of the virus. It ain't gonna kill everybody. I'm sorry that somebody died. I'm sorry that you have bought in to such an aggressive degree to fear porn. But we're all gonna be fine. And in 4 or 5 months, you're gonna be worried about something else. You are going to be losing your mind over the latest fear that isn't real. Be more concerned with reality. You know, sometimes I wonder what it would be like to not be as smart as I am. And I honestly really struggle to think about how dumb many of you are who fall for the okie doke time after time after time. I honestly wonder, what would it be like if I wasn't rich, really smart, with fabulous good hair? It must really suck for some of you to be bald, dumb, with your ugly wives, running around convinced that you're going to die. I don't even know how some of you live. I really don't. But you know how I live? Well, really damn well. Stock market freakout. You know one reason I live really damn well? When everybody else loses their mind, I take a step back and I get richer. And what I'm doing right now is buying more of the companies that I already like. I'm going into the stock market if I already own companies and I'm buying them at an extreme discount. Because in 2 months, when the coronavirus is dead and when everybody's moved on to the latest fear, which God knows what it'll be, I will be watching the stock market rising back up. Over time, the stock market is rational. In the short term, it is highly irrational. The more irrational the stock market is, the more you should move in. Warren Buffett, pretty smart guy. Greatest investor of all time. Capitalist, by the way. Back when capitalist used to always be a good word. He said, be greedy when everyone is fearful, and be fearful when everyone is greedy. Right now, what is everyone? Fearful. I'm going to be greedy. I'm going to follow Warren Buffett's advice, and I'm going to be greedy while everyone else is fearful. And when everybody else gets greedy, your boy's going to be kicking back, already richer than I was before. NFLPA vote. I would vote yes if I were a member of the NFLPA. I don't think they're going to get a better deal. It benefits a ton of the lower income players, immediately raises them a $100,000 salary increase. 20% ain't nothing. I think that's a big deal. And the Clippers and the Lakers, I like the Clippers to end up winning this series when all is said and done. I think they'll meet in the NBA Finals. All right. I love all of you, even the ones, like most of you, who are much dumber than me and much more fearful and balding with ugly wives. I pity you. I'm sorry your life is as it is. But listen to your boy, who knows exactly what he's talking about. Buy stocks. Chill out. DBAP, unless you need to SBAP. I'll be on FS1 in a little bit. Kisses. See you guys. Thanks for watching. See y'all. Love you. See ya.